By me. 32, Director of Student Life and Wellness at a mid-sized liberal arts college. Office smells like lavender and expensive sanitizer. Walls covered in safe space, stickers and posters about inclusivity. My job is basically sending emails about yoga on the quad and managing crisis PR. Love the power trip. If a frat boy makes a joke I don't like, I can have him in a disciplinary hearing by noon. If a professor says something outdated, I'm the one who suggests sensitivity training. I am the moral compass of this campus. Life is good. Recently, the dean comes to me. Says enrollment numbers for male students are dropping. Retention is abysmal. Says we need a men's engagement initiative. I literally laugh out loud. Tell him, Dean, the whole world is a men's engagement initiative. He doesn't laugh. Says the board is worried about tuition revenue. Fine. I'll throw together some crumbs. Budget is huge for the Women in Leadership Gala next month. Catering, speakers, gift bags. For the men's thing, I get a budget of $500 and a directive to make them feel heard. Whatever. I decide to focus on toxic masculinity and you. Figure if they're failing out, it's because they refuse to ask for help. Typical male ego. Need to get the tech set up for the presentation series. Submit a ticket to it. Ticket 49201. Projector in Hall B is glitchy. 2 hours later, someone knocks. It's Caleb. Haven't seen him in person in 6 months. He works in the basement server farm. Network engineer or something. We went to undergrad together here. Used to be part of the same friend group back in the day. He was the quiet guy who drove everyone home when they got wasted. Always fixed our laptops for free. Smart but zero ambition. I graduated, got my master's, climbed the ladder. He stayed. Became a townie with a staff ID. He looks terrible. Polo shirt is faded, dark circles under his eyes look like bruises. Hair thinning, shoulders slumped forward like they're permanently shaped by a keyboard. Hey, Sarah, he says. Voice is scratchy, unused. I correct him. It's Director Miller when we're in the office, Caleb. Professional boundaries. He flinches. Right, sorry, Director Miller. He starts fiddling with the cables under my desk. I go back to typing an email about empowering female voices in STEM. He hums a tune while he works. Some old indie song we used to listen to in the dorms. It annoys me. Like he's trying to remind me we used to be equals. We aren't. I'm administration. He's the help. So, he says from under the desk, heard you're running a men's program. I roll my eyes. It's a retention strategy. The board is panicking about numbers. He pauses. Yeah, I see the withdrawal requests in the system. Lot of guys dropping out lately. Because they party too hard and don't study, I say, sipping my oat milk latte. Caleb crawls out, wipes dust off his knees. Maybe or maybe they're just tired. I scoff. Tired? They're 19. What do they have to be tired about? Try running a department. He looks at me. For a second, there's something deep in his eyes. A desperation. Like a man drowning in slow motion. Life gets heavy, Sarah, even for guys. Director Miller, I say automatically. He sighs, a sound like a tire leaking air. Right, projector is fixed, just needed a firmware update. He lingers by the door. His hand on the knobs. Hey, a few of us from the old crew are grabbing beers at Murphy's on Friday. You should come. I look at my calendars. It's empty Friday nights. But the thought of sitting in a dive bar with a 33-year-old IT guy and reliving the glory days makes me nauseous. I can't, busy preparing for the gala. He nods. Doesn't look surprised. Okay, well, if you ever want to talk about the program or whatever, I'll keep that in mind, I lies. He leaves. I sanitize the doorknob after he goes. Start planning the men's week itinerary. Monday, deconstructing your privilege. Tuesday, anger management 101. Wednesday, video game addiction support group. Thursday, how to be an ally. Friday, pizza in the basement of the student union. Perfect. Shows we care but puts the blame squarely where it belongs. On them. I open Google to find some stats for the opening slide. Type in male mental health university stats. Expecting to see stuff about ADHD and video games. First result is suicide rates. Men account for 75% of suicide deaths. I blink. Scroll down. Rates highest in middle-aged men, but rising fast in 1824 demographic. Another tab. Article about the loneliness epidemic. Says young men have fewer close friends than any generation in history. Says most men have 0 people they can confide in. I frown. That's their own fault, isn't it? Women do the emotional labor. We build the networks. Men just compete and isolate. If they're lonely, they should just talk more. I copy a stat about reluctance to seek therapy. Paste it into the slide. Title it Breaking the Silence, Why You Need to Speak Up. Irony is lost on me. 2 days later, I'm walking across campus. See a student sitting on a bench. Hoodie up, head downs. Recognize him as one of the resident advisors. Star athlete or used to be. He's crying. Not loud sobbing, just silent shaking. I slow down. This is my job, right? Wellness. But then I check my watch. Late for a budget meetings. And honestly, a crying guy is awkward. Probably broke up with his girlfriend or failed a test. He'll get over it. I walk past, pretend to be checking my phone. Later that night, I get an email from Caleb's. Subject: input for your program. I groaned. Open it. It's a wall of text. Hey Sarah, sorry, Director Miller. I saw the flyer for the men's week. Look, I know you think it's about privilege and anger. But the guys I talk to, the ones who come to the help desk just to have a conversation, they aren't angry, they're empty. They feel like they're just wallets or workers in training. Nobody asks them how they are. If they say they're struggling, people tell them to man up or check their privilege. Maybe add a session just for hanging out, no agenda, just coffee and talking. I read it and feel annoyed. He's trying to mansplain my job to me. I reply, thanks for the feedback, Caleb. The curriculum is already set and approved by the dean. We need to focus on actionable behavioral changes, not just hanging out. Best, Sarah. Hit send. Feel superior. I'm fixing the culture. He's just wanting a safe space to whine. The next week is the launch. Turnout is pathetic. Monday's privilege workshop has 3 attendees. 2 of them are there for extra credit in sociology. I stand at the front. PowerPoint glowings, lecturing these 3 awkward 19-year-olds about how much power they hold. They look at their shoes. They look like they haven't slept in days. One raises his hand. Is there going to be food? Pizza on Friday, I snap. He shrinks back. Wednesday. Video game addiction group. Room is empty. I sit there for 45 minutes scrolling Instagram. Post a selfie of the empty chairs. Caption: you can lead a horse to water. Men's Health #wellness frustrated. Get 200 likes. Comments are all you're doing so much, and they don't deserve you, queen. Thursday night. I'm leaving late. Building is dark. I hear a noise in the server room hallway. Door is cracked open. Blue light spilling out. I peek in. It's Caleb. He's sitting on the floor between 2 server racks, surrounded by Monster Energy cans and takeout boxes. He's not working. He's just staring at a blank terminal screen. Phone in his hand. He looks gray, like the life has been drained out of him via USB. I almost keep walking, but he spots me. Oh hey. He scrambles to stand up. Knocks over a can. It clatters loud in the silence. Working late, I ask, clutching my purse. Always, he says, server migration. Best to do it when no one is online. He pauses. How's the week going? Fine, I say defensively. Low turnout, but the content is strong. He nods, rubbing the back of his neck. Yeah, hard to get guys to show up. He looks at me. Really looks at me. I miss us, Sarah, not like dating, just having friends. I stiffen. We're adults, Caleb, people drift apart, it happens. Does it have to? He asks. Voice cracks a little. I go home to an empty apartment. I come here to a basement. I haven't had a real conversation in 3 months. My internal alarm bells ring. Emotional labor alert. He's trying to dump his baggage on me. Have you tried the counseling center? I ask. Staff gets 6 free sessions. He laughs. A dry, bitter sound. Yeah, I went. They gave me a worksheet on cognitive distortions and told me to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is evidence-based, I say. I don't need to breathe, Sarah. I need to feel like I matter. I look at my watch. I really have to go, Caleb. My cat needs to be fed. He flinches, takes a step back into the shadows of the server racks. Right, the cat go. Good night, I say, walking away fast. Boots clicking on the linoleum. I feel a twinge of guilt, but I squash it. He's a grown man. He can join a club. He can download Tinder. Not my problems. Friday. The pizza event. I ordered 10 large pizzas. Pepperoni, meat lovers, the works. Sitting in the student union basement. Balloons that say mental wellness. 12:00 p.m. No one. 12:15 p.m. One guy wanders in, takes a slice, leaves without making eye contact. 12:30 p.m. Caleb walks in. He's wearing a button-down shirt. It's wrinkled, but he tried. He looks nervous. Mind if I grab a slice? I say. It's for students, Caleb, but whatever, nobody else is here. He takes a plate, sits across from me. So, he says, chewing slowly, big success. Don't be sarcastic, I snap. I'm not, at least you tried. He puts the pizza down. I wanted to give you this. He slides a flash drive across the table. What is it? Just some ideas for next year if you do it again. I look at the drive. Cheap plastic. Thanks, I'll file it. He stands up, looks around the empty room with the sad balloons. You know Sarah back in college, that road trip to the coast when the car broke down. I roll my eyes. Caleb, please. We sat on the hood for 4 hours waiting for the tow truck, just talking about the future. And now we're in the future, I say cold, and I have a budget report to finish. He nods, slowly. Yes, we are. He looks at me one last time. Take care of yourself, Sarah, seriously. You too, I mumble, checking my email. He walks out. I throw the rest of the pizza in the trash, toss the flash drive in my desk drawer and forget about it. Weekend passes. Monday mornings. Campus is buzzing. Weird energy. I get to my office. Coffee is hot. Open my emails. Inbox is flooded. Subject lines, condolences, incident in IT, memorial service. My stomach drops. I click the first one from the dean. Dear faculty and staff, it is with heavy hearts we announce the passing of a dedicated staff member, Caleb Harris. Passed away unexpectedly at his home on Sunday. Unexpectedly. That's code. I freeze. Stare at the screen. The coffee smell suddenly makes me sick. I hear chatter in the hallway. Yeah, heard he took a bunch of pills. Who, the IT guy? Yeah, the quiet one, always looked tired. Crazy, you never know what people are going through. I close my door. Sit in the silence. My eyes drift to the desk drawer. The flash drive. My hands are shaking. I open the drawer. Take it out. Plug it into my laptop. It mounts. One folder named for Sarah. I click it. It's not policy ideas. It's not curriculum. It's a video file and a text document named log.txt. I open the text file first. It's a journal. Dates going back 2 years. Oct 12 fixed the dean's printer again. He didn't look up from his phone, felt like a ghost. Nav 4 birthday today, mom called, that was it. Ate dinner at 7-Eleven. Deck 20 Christmas party, stood by the punch bowl for an hour. Sarah walked by, she looked right through me, she looks happy though, that's good. Feb 14 replaced the hard drives in the library, saw a couple kissing in the stacks, went to the bathroom and cried for 10 minutes. Pathetic. March 10 tried to talk to Sarah today. She called me the help basically. She's right, that's all I am, a utility like electricity. You only notice me when I stop working. I stop reading. Chest feels tight. Like a vice. I click the video. It opens. Grainy webcam footage. Caleb sitting in his dark apartment. Behind him, unwashed dishes and blackout curtains. He looks into the camera. Hey Sarah, if you're watching this, I guess I went through with it. He rubs his face. I didn't want to, I really didn't, I tried so hard to be a person. He laughs, a wet, broken sound. I tried to reach out, to you, to the guys at the gym, to my family. Everyone is just so busy. Everyone has their own movie playing and I'm not even an extra in it. I gave you this drive because I wanted someone to know I was here, that I thought things, that I felt things. You're doing that men's wellness thing, that's good, but you're missing the point. We don't need lectures on privilege, we don't need to be told we're toxic. We just need someone to say, I see you, I'm glad you're here. I haven't heard that in 5 years. He looks down. I'm tired, Sarah, I'm just so tired of being invisible. Don't blame yourself, you're important, you have a big job, I'm just hardware, obsolete hardware. Bye. Screen goes black. I sit there. Office silence is deafening. The safe space sticker on my door seems to be mocking me. I think about the bench. The crying student I walked past. I think about Caleb under my desk, humming that song. I think about Friday, him eating pizza alone with me, giving me the drive, and me throwing the pizza away. I vomit into my trash can, wipe my mouth. Dean sends another email. Memorial gathering in the quad at noon. Please attend to show community support. I stand up. Legs feel like jelly. Walk to the quad. There's a small crowd, mostly staff. A few students who probably needed tech support once. Dean is speaking. Mic is working perfectly, because Caleb fixed it last week. Caleb was a vital part of our infrastructure, the dean says. Always reliable, always there. They put up a picture of him. It's his ID badge photo. He looks startled, like he wasn't ready for the flash. I stand at the back. People are checking their phones, whispering about lunch plans. A girl next to me whispers, who was he again? IT guy, her friend says, fixed my Wi-Fi once. Sad, she says, then opens TikTok. I want to scream. I want to grab the mic and play the video. But I don't, because I'm Director Miller, and I have an image to maintain. The ceremony ends in 15 minutes. Everyone disperses. Back to the grind. World keeps turning. I go back to my office, sit at my desk, open the presentation for next year's Men's Week. I highlight Toxic Masculinity Workshop. Delete it. Highlight Privilege Seminar. Delete it. I type one new bullet point, just to talk to them. I stare at it. It looks pathetic. Too little. Too late. I open the drawer. Look at the flash drives. I should turn it in. Give it to the police or his family. But I don't. I put it in my purse. I can't let anyone see it. I can't let them know I was the last one he reached for. And I swatted him away like a fly. 5:00 p.m. I leave the office. Walk past the server room. Door is locked. Lights are off. It's finally quiet. I walk to my car. See a guy sitting on the same bench as last week. Different guy. Just staring at the ground. Smoking a cigarette. Looking hollow. I stop. My car is right there. Heated seat. Podcast. Escape. I look at the guy. I look at my car. I hesitate. I think of Caleb's eyes. I just need to feel like I matter. I walk over to the bench. Sit down next to him. Not too close. Just there. He looks up surprised. Defensive. I'm not smoking near the building, he says quickly. It's fine, I say. Voice shaking a little. I'm just taking a break. Silence stretches. Awkward. Heavy. Rough week, I ask. He exhales smoke. Laughs bitterly. You have no idea. Try me, I say. He looks at me. Suspicious. But then his shoulders drop. Just an inch. My dad has cancer, grades are tanking, scholarship is on the line. He rubs his eyes. And I feel like if I tell anyone, I'm just making excuses. I listen. I don't offer a brochure. I don't mention the counseling center. I don't tell him to check his privilege. I just sit there. That sucks, I say. That really sucks. He nods, tears welling up in his eyes. Yeah, it does. We sit there for 20 minutes. Until the sun goes down. It doesn't bring Caleb back. It doesn't fix the server. It doesn't absolve me. But for 20 minutes, this kid isn't invisible. And neither am I. I drive home. Eat a microwave dinner. Stare at the wall. Caleb's flash drive sits on my nightstand. A plastic tombstone. I sleep. Dream of blue lights and hummed indie songs. Wake up. Go to work. Do it all again. But now I leave my door open. Just a crack. Just in case.